Hello fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Starrapter. Welcome back to the channel. It's time to talk about some Star Wars comics. We have some from Dark Horse, we have some from Marvel. So let's dive right in to The Mandalorian. This is Season 2, Episode 2, Issue 2, Chapter 10, The Passenger, written by Rodney Barnes with artwork by Stephen Cummings. If you've watched the episode of The Ice Spiders, then you know exactly what happens in this issue. Great artwork as always, just as I always say, just wish there was a little bit more here from the writing perspective. Give us some more, out of glances. What is happening over here in the corner? What is happening over here? Different things like that would be really welcome. But of course, the creativity on these books is very, very constrained based on Favreau and Filoni. So that is what it is for that. Next up, with plenty of creative stories, is Darth Vader Black, White, and Red. Now, this is an anthology kind of series. It's the final of the miniseries. And as we also have 3 stories. The first one is Hard Shutdown Part 4. This is the only one that has been continuing through each issue. This is written, of course, by the original Jason Aaron from the original Star Wars runs with Leonard Kirk. So in this one, we have Vader, who has been basically tortured, tried to be dismantled by this one cyborg guy that has been basically thrown down in derision by Vader, who had killed his father. And, well, Vader is unleashed. He has gotten free. He ends up using the same kind of medicine that this guy gave him, from so to speak. Basically, he shuts down this guy's cybernetics to the point where he is going to get eaten alive and feel every bit of it. So I really like kind of the Michael Myers-esqueness of this book, where it's basically a horror story. These people are stuck with Vader indoors, getting slaughtered. The next one, we have The Inhabitant, written by Steve Orlando, with artwork by Paul Davidson. I did not really care for this one. I feel like the writing was a little bit weird with the kind of terminology used. Basically, the long and short of it is, Vader goes to a planet. There is no organisms other than a gigantic planet-wide bacterial organism. So it's Vader trying to destroy this thing, and he succeeds, but for me, it was a little bit of a hard read as far as the artwork, and just the language written there just didn't really jive too much with me. And finally, what we had in this book was Return to Hoth, written by Frank Thierry, written by Danny Earls. And this is what I love, because basically the story is, there was a probe droid that was deactivated well after Hoth. So, of course, Vader goes and checks it out, and what does he find? A bunch of Wampas tore it apart. So this is basically Vader versus the Wampas of Echo Base. And it's pretty awesome, pretty gruesome. We see some Wampa arms flying through the air once again, some Wampas getting impaled by Vader's red lightsaber. Vader almost gets killed by those things. So that's how vicious they are. But yeah, we see Vader, of course, get away safely. So I really enjoyed that one as well. What I will say in closing of just this series of Darth Vader Black, White, and Red was, there's not much to write home about when it comes to the story, but the artwork is pretty cool, especially if you're a comic fan. That is one for the art, one for the kind of creativity of the colors and everything. Then this one is one you'll want for your collection. And finally, last but certainly not least, and it's been a long time coming, is we have Star Wars Hyperspace Stories issue number 6 out of 12, written by Cecil Castellucci with artwork by Eduardo Mello. And this is our origin story for Greedo, in every sense of it. This is Greedo trying to get his foot in the door with Jabba the Hutt. This is set during the Clone Wars, it seems like, because Separatists are mentioned, and we have Jabba the Hutt, which was the start of the Clone Wars, so I'm guessing this is like right in that area. And basically, Greedo is trying to make a name for herself. Bib Fortuna is there, basically laughing in his face. Greedo wants a job from Jabba. Jabba just doesn't really know who he is, so doesn't really trust him. So Greedo finds this Twi'lek that is working, or not a Twi'lek, but a dancer or singer that's working for Jabba's palace. Falls in love, but she was playing him the entire time, and apparently she was playing Jabba as well. Has to do with this crystal. Greedo screws up everything, but in the end, he's able to get a Wookiee to be the consolation prize for Jabba, and this Wookiee specializes in making toys. Specifically, he's going to keep them there forever to give toys to his newly born son, Jabba the Hutt. So I thought it was a pretty sweet story. Kind of cool getting that canon version of where Greedo started with Hutts, where he started with Jabba. We've seen Greedo earlier in his life as well as some different things like the Han Solo miniseries or maxi series that came out earlier this year. So pretty cool. We had some fun stories this week. And I definitely think that some of them are worth a try. Pick up Darth Vader Black, White, and Red. Pick up Hyperspace Stories number 6. Take it or leave it when it comes to Mandalorian issue number 2, because if you watch the show, maybe you want a little bit more, and this isn't going to give it to you. But anyway, what did you think about my comic review for the week? Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I am literally in the single digits away from 2,000 subscribers, so if you are a new viewer for the channel, make sure you go over and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate if you join my positive community here on youtube.com/Starrapter. So that's gonna do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram @Starrapter.